coming with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh, shit, son. Ah, shit. It's time. It's time. It's time once again for the worst show that you watch on the internet with the worst fat man that you've seen in your entire life. Well, maybe not the worst fat man, but, you know, a fat man or your favorite fat man. You know, it was back in the day when I was a kid. I had a video and I was all like, you know what? Never mind. I'm not telling that story. It's a stupid story. What's up? How's it going? Welcome to episode 37 of DTV. We're all just higgity hanging and doing what we're supposed to be doing. And yeah, shit be going down in the world, folks. We finally returned. I figured I would come in a little bit later tonight. That's just because I had to adjust my sleep schedule because I got a pretty big job tomorrow that's overnight. So that's fine. And don't worry, I definitely have the little coat. I'm a fat man. Well, with the little coat. Anyways, what up, folks? So the news been kind of weird. Feels like the government's changing some things, and it all has a lot to do with everything that's been going down in another situation that people have been watching, otherwise known as the Ethereum merge. I don't know if a lot of people have looked into this or whatever, but it's only 2 days, 0 hours, and 0 minutes till the Ethereum merge shall complete itself. That's 2 days, folks. 2 days. And then we're going to see what happens to Ethereum when it becomes proof of stake. Is the hash rate going to matter anymore? Nope. Is the difficulty rating going to matter anymore? Nope. Basically, if you were in before now, you're probably still going to be able to make some money. If you are trying to get in afterwards, I'm sorry, but you are too late and you will lose everything. Just remember that. And this isn't financial advice. This is more like life advice. I'd say stay the fuck out of this shit. But you have 2 days to make your decision on what you want to do. For any of you Ethereum holders out there, you got your crypto kitties, you got all that shit. Cool, man. You got 2 days to figure out what you're going to be doing with it or not do with it. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to go up. I don't know if it's going to go down. Although, my opinion, it's going to go down and it's going to become useless. But hey, what the fuck do I know about cryptocurrency? Nothing. I don't know nothing about no crypto. I don't know nothing about no crypto. I'm just a fat man who has nothing to do with any cryptocurrencies ever out there. Well, it's either I have nothing to do with them or I just choose not to have anything to do with them because I'm a piece of shit. Either way, that's fine. You do what you do. But yes, the merge is coming up, so I just had to make sure you guys know that y'all gotta be doing something, and that's it. I don't really have anything else to say about that. On to the next news story. Did you guys hear that the guy that shot that chick named Ashley Babbitt January 6th, the police officer that capped off that white lady that was black? Well, he admitted that he didn't know if she was a threat or not, but he shot her anyway, and he was totally cleared of criminal investigations. And I just thought it was weird that somebody had posted this up, but I kind of wanted to remind you of it because it feels like this whole January 6th thing's probably going to be coming back with a vengeance over the next couple of weeks since there's been a little bit of kerfuffle going on over at the DOJ and the FBI over some strange things that have been going down. But I feel like this is probably going to be something that you might want to remember about because remember, people were getting cleared of shootings and shit without criminal investigations, and I feel like that's going to be happening a whole lot more moving into the future. I mean, even more so, good old Kamala Harris. You remember Kamala Harris? You know, the vice president that we never see on television or anywhere else because she's goddamn awful. She's just literally the worst vice president that ever existed. And it's really sad because she's the first, like, woman vice president or whatever. And she's just doing a horrible job for women out there everywhere. I mean, it's just really sad. But for whatever reason, the Democrats are threatening to end the filibuster if they win the Senate in the midterms, which is actually kind of big news. I mean, a lot of people are thinking that they still have a pretty good shot at winning the Senate at this particular time, but I mean, we won't really know until we actually fucking know, but I think a lot of people forgot about Kamala Harris, and she's threatening to do something, and you know, Kamala Harris is the border czar. She ain't done shit about shit over at the border. There's still shitloads of people coming through there and shit. She ain't doing anything about that, so I'm not too worried about it, but if Kamala Harris is saying that she's going to end the filibuster, I think what she really means to say is that she's going to get a bunch of other people to do it, or maybe allegedly get a bunch of other people to do it and then just take credit for it. But yeah, I just figured it was funny. I haven't seen Kamala Harris out there in a while, but she's just out there now, like, trying to say that she's going to do all of this shit, man. She's going to do this shit, guys, even though she ain't done shit. Yeah, she ain't done shit. Whatever. In other news, a former Clinton advisor says the FBI searched Trump's home to protect themselves. What? The FBI searched Trump's home to protect themselves? Right. But yes, a guy named Dick Morris, a former advisor to President Bill Clinton, believes that the search of the former President Donald Trump's home is not about Trump evading the FBI, but the FBI evading him, you know, just trying to get their hands on evidence and stuff the FBI had from their alleged collusion with the Clinton campaign to crush his presidency, even though they failed at that shit. But if you think about it, it kind of does make a little bit of sense, even though it is a former Bill Clinton fucking advisor that is actually saying it. It just kind of feels a little bit weebs. One of the big reasons, if not a bigger or major reason, is that the FBI seized those documents is that they incriminate not Trump, but the FBI in the Russia collusion scandal. The scandal of spying on Trump's campaign and in the scandal of fabricating evidence to the FISA court that led to wiretaps on Trump key officials. Right. Oh, right. Kind of funny, you know, you figure that, you know, QAnon or, you know, any of his followers or any of the people out there in the world would have came up with a fucking gem like that, but no way, dude. That's coming from a former Bill Clinton advisor that's saying that. Wow, the FBI raided Donald Trump's house to protect themselves at the behest of the White House is what Sounds like a really good fucking story, dude. I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory or not. We're gonna have to say it's a fucking conspiracy theory right now. But it does make, I guess, a little bit of sense, even though most of those documents were like top secret, no inform, and all this other shit. It could give us a quite interesting take or look into what we were actually trying to think about here. I mean, think about this. They raided the former president's home. Did they raid Hillary Clinton when they found out that she had like an email server and shit? No, they didn't give a fuck, man. But Donald Trump, oh, we give a fuck. We give many fucks. But guess what? There's not much you can do about it. So, yeah. Sounds like the deep state or the Illuminati or whatever the fuck we're going to call them today. Sounds like they're getting in deep. But whatever, dude. It's fine. It's fine. You know, like, life could be a little bit worse. But as long as they can erase Trump from the annals of history, everything will be all right for the leftist turdwads. I mean, honestly, these people are the worst that humanity has to offer. And you gotta call it how it is, because they really hate hearing that about themselves, but they're such pussies that you could knock them out with one punch and they're not even gonna be able to do anything back to you because, you know, they're fucking pussies and they can't fight. Whatever. Spoilers for later. Biden DOJ doesn't want to disclose classified Mar-a-Lago documents except through selective leaks to leftist media. That's from the Federalist right there. You see that? It's from the Federalist. What do you think? I think that's true because it's really weird. You know, Trump wanted that shit declassified and put it out there for everybody to see, and the FBI and the DOJ are like, nah, man. Nah, we don't want that. Can't do that shit. But the FBI is still, you know, the FBI and the DOJ are still leaking portions of shit to different people. And it's kind of weird because we have seen this really strange change in the government where nobody really trusts it anymore. And they're always trying to reclassify crimes and things and treat people differently. And I mean, if Donald Trump was a black man and they were treating him like this, people would be calling all kinds of racist shit. But just because he's some rich white guy, everybody's treating him differently. And I think it's kind of fucked up, you know? Like, I don't even really like white people that much, you know? Whatever, I'm Mexican, dude. Brown power and shit. What's up? Anyways, so I see through the bullshit, but it makes you really think about some things because we have these guys telling us on one end that you know, you can't do this, you can't put all this information out. Who gives a fuck about potato? But you know, you got one former Clinton advisor saying that they searched Trump's home to protect themselves, even though, yeah, that's okay, whatever. And you got some other people out there putting out some other bullshit, and ultimately, what are we actually getting from all of this stuff? We're just getting nothing but the same bullshit rehashed over and over and over again. It's almost like the FBI or the DOJ have shit to hide. Speaking of that, the FBI is hiding Epstein's records. Technofrog, but we're gonna get him. Oh yeah. Did you know that the author of this blog post has submitted over 75 plus FOIA requests from the past year about stuff relating to Jeffrey Epstein, and literally only one was answered fully and quickly, which is considered to be a small miracle. But yes, you know, they got all kinds of stuff from the CDC that obtained how they were disclosing how they changed the definition of vaccine for the efficacy problems with the Pfizer and Moderna mRNA vaccines, you know, and then we found out that that was actually like super real. And then we got like Carnegie Mellon to get flagged by like COVID misinformation and shit like that. Well, now Technofrog has been, you know, also asking a lot of stuff about good old Jeffrey Epstein. And he says, wait, was pedophile Jeffrey Epstein an informant for Bob Mueller's FBI? From 5/24/2018, the FBI vault release, Epstein has also provided information to the FBI as agreed upon. Is that why he escaped serious charges for molesting over 20 girls? Oh. What? Huh? The fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck, Munchie? Get over here. You want some more chicken? Get over here. Get over here. So wait a minute. The FBI is hiding records about Jeffrey Epstein from the people because they were in cooperation with the fucking multinational pedophile? Those sons of fucking bitches. Hey, Lunchies. You gotta come on the show for a little bit. The people want to see you. But yeah, we're not convinced that it was Jeff FBI only spoke to the FBI one time. There were other hints that he worked with the U.S. government to recover stolen funds. Thus, the FOIA requests. He's been sending out a lot of FOIA requests. The records responsive to your request are law enforcement records. There is a pending or prospective law enforcement proceeding relevant to the responsive records, and the release of this information could foreseeably and reasonably be expected to interfere with said enforcement proceedings. Therefore, your request is being administratively closed. Wow. There's still investigations out there into Jeffrey Epstein and shit? Is that why they're not disclosing any information about this stuff? Because, I mean, last time I checked, Jeffrey Epstein died in prison where he allegedly killed himself. And then the only other person they caught on any thing for that was good old Ghislaine Maxwell, and she's still in prison. So, I mean, who could they be going after? And, you know, if they were going after somebody, why haven't they gone after anybody? I mean, don't they have the big list and stuff? Are they still investigating Bill Clinton? Like, how the fuck does that work? How the fuck does that work? Huh? How does that work? It's just all very, strange, if you ask me. It's very, very strange, if you ask me. Yeah. It could have been something. Could have been anything, but who knows? Oh, hold on a second. We gotta get rid of some trash real quick. Sorry, I had to get rid of some trash. Bye, trash! Why don't you go suck Thomas's dick some more, buddy? Anyways, we had to get rid of that guy. Fucking garbage human beings. They always show up again, and then you just gotta block them, and then they make another account, and then you block them again. Dude's, he's just worthless, like a worthless human. Worthless human being. Anyways, man murdered his wife, shot his daughter after being sucked down Q rabbit hole. Family confirms. Daily Beast. Huh. Whoa. A Q person murdered his fucking family? Are you serious, bro? Not again. Dude, not again. Are these pictures from the dude's fucking front yard, or is this just are these just pictures that Will Summer and Philippi Naughton put together? But allegedly a Michigan man obsessed with the pro-Trump conspiracy theory culminated in an incident where he murdered his wife, badly injured one of his children, his daughter told the Daily Beast. Well, this is all based on a Reddit post that was posted in the QAnon casualty subreddit 2 days ago. And it says, yep, the internet ruined him. Growing up, my parents were extremely loving and happy people. I always had a special bond with both of my parents. In 2020, after Trump's loss, my dad started going into the Q rabbit hole. He kept reading conspiracy theories about stolen elections, Trump vaccines, and he always wanted to keep us safe and healthy. It keeps getting worse, and he verbally snapped at us a few times. Nothing physical, though. He never got physical with anybody. Well, around 4 a.m. on September 11th. Really? 2 days ago, September 11th. 2 days ago, September 11th. That would have been the 10th. Anyways. To take our guns and shoot her, my dog, and my sister. My mother succumbed to her room, and my sister is in the hospital right now. My dad also fired at the cops and killed him. Fuck you, QAnon. I hope the FBI tightens its grips on you and then let your lackeys rot in prison in hell for poisoning so many people. Hey, and you know what? From QAnon, I hope the same fucking thing happens to all those Democrats that did all that Russiagate bullshit, lied to the American people, and then started lying to everybody about the whole QAnon thing, because the QAnon thing was over, yet everybody's still blaming QAnon for, like, you know, people being fucking crazy and murdering people. It doesn't go like, QAnon told me to go murder my family. That doesn't happen. That never happened. There's no fucking aware that that's ever happened. But increasingly, I see these things posted to the internet, and it's like, why do they keep bringing this stuff up? It's the same thing that we saw in the Search for Q documentary, where good old Bayan Junam was, yo, people have been blowing up their motherfucking shit. People have been blowing up shit since way before you got here, bro. And it's not because you generalize it to be like your terrorist buddies overseas, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, the big difference between Christians and Muslims is pretty clear. Christians don't become suicide bombers or, you know, really kill anybody. Muslims, they did. And what was that all about? You know, like, what's that, like, people telling them to do that? It's not religion telling them to do that, because, you know, I've read the fucking Quran. It don't really say to do that, right? It doesn't say to do that. It says some other things that are pretty fucking shitty or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. I think that when we get into stuff like this, a guy named Igor Lanis, a 53-year-old resident of Michigan City, Walled Lake, was killed Sunday by police because apparently, according to the Daily Beast, this dude was into QAnon. Well, that's really weird. It's fucking 2022. QAnon barely posted one time this fucking year, and it didn't have anything to do with murdering your family and shit. So, you know, I want to know how somebody gets from being like this to this, because, you know, it's allegedly his daughter that is saying, oh, he was into all of these Q conspiracies. But it's not a Q conspiracy, is it? It's just a fucking conspiracy, right? Like, Q didn't start election misinformation conspiracies. Q didn't start the, oh, Trump fucking got the election stolen. Q didn't start any of that shit. Those were other conspiracy theories started by other individuals that are just thrown under the Q umbrella because fucking douchebags like Will Summer can't actually do their fucking job and come up with a fucking headline. It's like kind of strange and even weirder. Q hasn't posted. He hasn't said a fucking word, and they're still blaming fucking psychopaths for going on and killing people. Oh, the QAnon killer. Oh, the Antifa killer. Do we have Antifa killers? No, they don't let us do that shit. So you gotta think about it, at least looking at this, because apparently this guy opened fire with a Remington 870 pump action shotgun and killed his wife, killed his dog, killed his daughter, or injured his daughter severely, and then started shooting at the cops. Right. So, like, why was it blamed? Did they have any, like, pictures of this guy wearing, like, a fucking QAnon shit? Did they have him, you know, like, going to QAnon rallies and stuff like that? Is this even a picture from their front yard? I have so many questions. I mean, what happens when I go look up Igor Lanis? You know, because it kind of sounds like what it should say is that conspiracy theorist Igor Lanis killed his family. Shouldn't say QAnon. What did you QAnon have anything? You know? Here's Detroit News saying basically the same thing. There's no indication about what they saw. They just have pictures of bullet holes and literally one fucking post. One post from some account that posted it up here. Who posted it? Who was it? Posted by QAnon Ruins Families. Weird. a poster called QAnon Ruins Families is allegedly the daughter? Kind of like a really strange name. Thanks. I just want to spread the word about extremism. I'm reading all your comments and I appreciate it so much. Kind of seems like somebody started a throwaway account after they saw this news article and basically started putting information out. Huh. It's almost like this is part of a leftist organization that has been known to put this kind of shit together or something like that. That seems kind of weird, actually. It's almost like we've actually run into these people before. You know, the fucking Jim Stewartsons and his little rad pod group where they basically use nefarious tactics to defame, harass people. And then they go fucking scour the internet for shit like this just so that they could go post it on Reddit anonymously and then tell their friends to write stories about it. It says, Wild Ed Lake man fell into conspiracy rabbit hole. Oh, wait a minute. The Detroit News actually listed it correctly. It just says conspiracy rabbit hole. Because you don't know what fucking conspiracy theories are. This dude could have been in a fucking flat earth. This dude could have fought his fucking family were reptiles or some shit because David Icke told him. They don't fucking know. But Will Summer fucking knows. Suck down Q rabbit hole. But the only evidence that they have for the Q rabbit hole is this one fucking post from this one randomized account that just showed up that's immediately verified. And nobody out there seems to ask about it. Their cake date was September 11th, 2020. Yeah. Right. I truly believe it. But then again, you know, they say, oh, the FBI is going to come after you or do any of this shit. Yeah, really? Seems like they're too busy doing other shit. Seems like they're too fucking busy doing other shit. And I mean, this is what I've told people before, is that these folks that are in control now don't have people's best interests at heart. And even more so, anybody still repping that banner is doing so in a very weird way. Like, you're putting a target on your back for the wrong reasons, and you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. So, what can we do now other than just kind of move on? I mean, the world's gonna move on. Did you hear Jen Psaki, big titty redhead Jen Psaki, first day on the job over at NBC Universal? Yeah, buddy, dude. You about to be seeing Jen Psaki on good old MSDNC or whatever, or MSNBC. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna fucking love it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. It's Jen Psaki, dude, former press secretary, mother of two. You're gonna see her on the news, bro. You're gonna be totally happy about it. You're gonna be happy about it. Oh God! Jeez, I mean, she's not that much better, but I would rather look at Jen Psaki than fucking Nancy Pelosi. She just fucking looks beat, dog. Nancy Pelosi looks like a mummy, okay? She looks like she's just been fucking weathered and somehow, like, somebody went and knows Nick to Verata, whatever, her back to life, and then she's just like fucking somehow making it through. Like, what the fuck, dude? What is this right here? New York Times downplays polls showing Dems gaining ahead of midterms. Interesting. Democrats are gaining? They're showing gains? What? The Times suggested that recent polling indicating the Democratic gains with voters may be wrong again, based on the analysis of the final polling in 2020 that overstated President Joe Biden's strength in a number of places, including North Carolina, Wisconsin, Ohio. Oh, so you mean that the news is putting out propaganda and disinformation again? Because they don't want the Republicans to live? Is this just like a fucking media play that they're putting out? I see what you said there, conservative brief. I got you. Just as long as we on the same page, conservative brief. But God, that fucking picture of Nancy Pelosi is horrible. What's up, Jen Psyche? I need some fucking eye bleach. I need some fucking eye bleach. Fuck. God damn. Oh, little kitty. It's a little kitty. All right, my eyes are bleached. Thank God. Woo! What's this?
Billion cabinet is driving a whole of government effort to unleash every possible asset within our power. From NASA, that knows more about radiation than any doctor does, to the Defense Department, that has the ability to calculate, and the Energy Department, do 1 billion calculations per second. Health and Human Services, cabinet, is driving a whole of government effort to unleash every possible...
Fucking, this guy is so fucking inspiring. Joe Biden, you're just the most inspiring president. I cannot believe the Energy Department can do 1 billion calculations per second. Why didn't you just say an exabyte of calculations per second or something? I don't know. Probably because he doesn't fucking know. Apparently that's over in Britain. There's some people that are chanting over at Buckingham Palace that they're pedophiles, even though they're in Edinburgh today. They're doing the fucking funeral, you dumb fucks. There's nobody fucking there. God damn it. Dumbasses. Fucking dumbasses. What is this? New Zealand scraps mask mandate and vaccine mandate. Holy shit. No way, dude. Jacinda Ardern? She taking away the mandates? Jacinda Ardern? Taking away the mandates, dude? This fucking bag of bones? Seriously, she's like fucking scary, dude. She is just like old and like, you know, you can just see her bones and shit. She's just like, yes, you guys will eat bugs and you will like it. You will do what we say. So, you know, I'm wearing this shirt because this is my Lurkster shirt right here. You know, Lurkster used to hang out over a long time ago, but she don't hang out anymore over here. She got her own thing going on now. But she's over in New Zealand, so congratulations, Lurkster. You ain't gotta fucking wear a mask and get vaccine mandates and shit anymore. I mean, dude, New Zealand is starting to look like a almost free country again. I mean, this is crazy. I can't believe vaccine mandates are being lifted over there because literally they were some of the harshest COVID-19 vaccine people in the fucking world. I mean, they were rough as fuck. They were like worse than China in some ways, in some opinions. I mean, they were putting people into fucking quarantine camps and shit, and they were just like, we give no fucks about what you say or what you do. You do what we tell you to do because we're the government and y'all shit. So, you know, to me, it's just crazy, dude. Like, this bitch right here. I mean, I feel like if I could just be like, if I just Google it, I could probably find like some fucking crazy video of this bitch saying some crazy shit. Hold on, Jacinda Ardern right here. And then we have videos. What's this?
Masks for their own individual reasons. They may personally be vulnerable. They may have events they want to make sure they're not unwell for. They may not have had COVID-19. We all just need to respect everyone's individual decisions. People
really? We need to respect people's individual fucking decisions? That's what we gotta do?
They want to make sure they're not unwell for. They may not have had COVID-19. We all just need to respect everyone's individual decisions. People will use masks for their own... Bloomfield at the beginning of the week mentioned the side effects that people experience with vaccines, which we all have come to expect, a sign that the vaccine's doing what it should. He did note that they appear to be of a lesser degree for the booster than, for instance, say the second. So if that's cause for anyone's hesitancy, I thought it was a notable observation. It has been the ultimate disruptor. It has changed our realities and given us cause to pause and reflect. In the disruption is an opportunity for us to reset. And over the next 3 years, there is much work to do. We will build back better from the COVID crisis. Better, stronger, with an answer to the many challenges New Zealand already faced. This is our opportunity. Fortunately for us, we already have a blueprint for such a world and the Sustainable Development Goals and the 2030 Agenda.
Fuck?
We've incorporated the principles of the 2030 Agenda into our domestic policy making in a way that we hope will drive system-level actions.
2030 Agenda?
Not just a new...
The fuck? Oh, Sustainable Development Goals. Oh, okay. I thought the 2030 Agenda was like some crazy conspiracy theory or some shit. Whew.
It is about fundamentally changing
we fucking dodged a bullet there, son.
And therefore how we allocate resources.
Yeah.
Use masks for their own individual.
Yeah, we use masks for our own individual. What's this? Yeah. I guess they don't have any videos of her saying some shit and then saying some shit before that yet. We gotta have to wait for it. Wait, is it this one? No, that's the side effects clips. No, we've already seen this. What's this?
1,216. How many? What is it? 100, 1,000, 206?
Ooh, does anybody know what this movie is? Do you know what movie this is? I'll wait till one of you worthless maggots better know what this fucking movie is. Put the name in the chat. Don't make me wait that long.
How many? What is it? 100, 1,000, 216?
You uncultured swine! I'm just kidding. It's probably pretty normal that you guys wouldn't actually know what video it is, because it's just called Pi. The movie's just called Pi. It came out in 1998. It's about a guy that found a 216-digit number that unlocked everything, and a bunch of Hasidic Jews and other crazy people were trying to kill him because, he figured out something about pi. It's called Pi. Great movie. Great movie. It's on YouTube for free. Right here. Pi movie. We're not going to play it. It's from the Lionsgate, 1998, and it's just called Pi. And it's got Sean Guglietti, Mark Margolis, and Ben Shankman. Great fucking movies. One of my all-time favorite movies. Just go watch it. Just go watch it. Here, I'll post it in the chat for you so you can go watch that after you watch this. Excellent movie. It's in black and white. It's in black and white. Just FYI. Black and white. But it makes it really good. It's the black and white.
What that's saying is that on an ongoing basis, there's an expectation from MedSafe that Pfizer continue to provide us with ongoing data. So it won't stop the ability for us to utilise the vaccine, but it is putting a condition on the company just to say we wish to continue.
I can't believe you uncultured swine haven't watched Pi. Y'all, dude. It's all about that 216 number. The number which Max hands write different on paper, which is different from the 218-digit number displayed by the screen of the Elusive. Oh. Right here, here's a good one. In the movie Pi, there is a 216-digit number that the protagonist, Max Cohen, is searching for, with Kabbalah numerology corresponds to the name of God. What is the actual number used in the film on the computer's display elucid? This, of course, assumes that it is constant every time it appears. According to IMDb, this is the number. Yeah. You gotta watch Pi, dude. You gotta watch Pi, bro.
The ancient Japanese considered the go board to be a
There's no simple pattern. I feel like I shouldn't play this because it's a YouTube thing. I don't want to get a strike, so I'm not gonna play it. You guys gotta watch it afterwards. That's fucking homework. Federal judge notes that in special master ordered a quoted DOJ citation that Joe Biden ordered FBI access to Mar-a-Lago documents. Ooh. On April 12th, 2020, NARA notified plaintiff that it intended to provide the 15 boxes to the Federal Bureau of Investigation the following week. The plaintiff then requested an extension on contemplated delivery so that they could determine the existence of any privileged material. The White House's counsel's office granted the request on May 10th, 2022. The NARA informed the plaintiff that it would proceed with the providing the FBI access to the records in question as requested by the incumbent president beginning early as Thursday, May 12th, 2022. The government's filing states that the FBI did not attain access to the 15 boxes until approximately May 18th, 2022. Woo! Woo! Shit! What? Holy shit! I'm coming! I'm fucking... Just kidding. By the way, heart attack would have been this way, you dumb shits. Damn. Hot damn. God damn. The White House counsel's office granted the request. NARA informed the plaintiff if they would proceed with providing the FBI access to the records and questions as requested by the incumbent president. As requested by the incumbent president. As requested by the incumbent president.
Mr. President, how much advance notice did you have of the FBI's plan to search Mar-a-Lago?
I didn't have any advance notice. None. Zero. Not one single bit. Thank you.
White supremacy! I did it only because Joe Biden did it, dude. The fuck, dude? The fuck? Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure incumbent president means Joe Biden. Damn. Some pretty crazy shit. Baby fist, I don't give a fuck. That's what I care about. V for Vendetta and the current Biden. I don't give a fuck. That's for you. Don't give a fuck. The DOJ argues that the intelligence community overrides the judiciary. At this point in time, I have no regard for the probability or competence of the intelligence community, and neither does Judge Aline Cannon, who earlier this week ordered the appointment of a pestle master to review those documents seized in the Mar-a-Lago range, which it claims are classified. The Department of Justice appears to have been surprised that it has lost credibility and filed a motion seeking to stay on that portion of the order and a notice of appeal to the 11th Circuit indicating its intention to file an interlocutory appeal. I don't think that the trial judge who issued a very well considered will grant will stay. I don't even think the 11th Circuit will either. I don't even think that the 11th Circuit will even grant the interlocutory appeal on this matter. I do think all of these pleadings reveal the weakness of the grounds for the search and seizure of the materials of the home of Donald J. Trump. The overreach of the warrant and the expansive search itself. Words for the DOJ and the FBI, I believe their actions amount to a claim that under no circumstances does the judiciary have the right to question anything the intelligence community does as long as it makes a claim of national security. Such a claim is scary and should be, and I think will be, denied. What rabbit hole is this shit, dude? Intelligence community trying to override the judiciary? Since when did the intelligence communities overrule the judiciary committee? The intelligence communities do everything that they do so they were never ever looked at by the judiciary, because they know if they were looked at by the judiciary, they'd be having some major fucking troubles and problems and stuff, right? Is that what we're going on with? But I guess it's weird, right? Classification, prohibition, and limitations. In no case shall information be classified, continue to be maintained as classified, or fail to be classified in the order to conceal violations of the law, inefficiency, or administrative error. 2, to prevent embarrassment to a person, organization, or agency. 3, to restrain competition. Or 4, to prevent or delay the release of information that does not require protection in the interest of national security. Oh. So, right, yeah, so like, because Trump declassified it all, but then they're trying to say it's not classified, but then they're like using it for like some bullshit. Right. Despite leaking staged photos of the fruit of the search, along with claims that involved nuclear information, in the latest pleading it's revealed that the searcher sees copious amounts of news clippings, some clothing, passports, personal tax records, and material clearly covered by attorney-client privileges. In other words, the agents seem to have viewed this as a general warrant to grab everything, something not permitted. The only nuclear thing mentioned was some document about a nuclear capacity of a foreign government. Hardly the nuclear codes, which would have been berooted by some media lackeys. I think that the delay rankers and disturbs the DOJ as much as the likelihood that the special master will find classified information was legally declassified by Trump and had been improperly classified in the first instance to protect those who engaged in the wrongful smear of a political candidate. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is actually something to do with that dude earlier that we were reading, the Joe Biden guy Bill Clinton guy who was his advisor that was like, yeah, this was them trying to cover their asses for Donald Trump, not Donald Trump trying to cover his ass on them. Even though, kind of, when you break it down into little Reese Pieces, it makes a whole lot of fucking sense, doesn't it? So maybe, just maybe, we were looking at something that would have been even greater. In the meantime, the department has yet again engaged in a leak to poison public opinion about any potential jury trial. The feds continue to leak like crazy the order in the form of lashing out, getting out the word to the Washington Post that some of the documents related to the foreign government's nuclear program, the leak didn't say that such documents were classified. For years during the Russia collusion attacks, whenever there was a news cycle that might help Trump in the public eye, the feds leaked something to grab back the news cycle. That tactic seems to be renewing itself now. Yeah, it is renewing itself. Why is it renewing itself? What are we even reading this for? It's because I think if you break it all down, this is exactly correct. It's the thing that we're seeing. Obviously, the FBI has been made a mockery of on multiple levels by QAnon, by all of these fucking leaks that they've done themselves, and then the fact that everything that they've leaked and all the lies that they've told thus far have basically not come to fruition whatsoever. The more that we see the current administration doing the same thing and playing these games, I think that the American people are starting to become smarter and basically seeing now that, you have basically like three camps of people. You have the super crazy motherfuckers that are probably all right wing, left wing, far right, far left wingers. Then you got regular Democrats and Republicans. And right now, a lot of the regular Democrats, I think, are probably starting to see that this is a lot stranger than anybody chose to make it from the very first. Yep. Zelensky to headline U.S. Defense Industry Conference. Oh, wow. The guy that's fighting a war in Ukraine's doing a U.S. Defense Industry Conference. And then they're going to send him some more money and stuff. Be like, yeah, dude, your guns are fucking good. These American guns. We fucking like the M16. Give me some more fucking hell missiles. Woo! Yeah. So, yeah, don't even think that we're not even going to stop. We're just going to keep sending weapons over to fucking Ukraine, dude. We ain't going to have shit for ourselves. They're going to start sending our tanks over there. You watch, motherfucker. You watch. You watch. You watch. School closed Monday due to air quality. Sorry, I've been having headaches because of all the smoke out here. I got to stay inside. But whatever. United States Department of Justice subpoenas more than 30 Trump allies for a January 6th probe. Oh, great. January 6th. It's not going away. It's going to be around forever. You may not think that that's the case, but I'm here to tell you. It's right there, dude. The government has changed, guys. The government is not the same. We do not live under a constitutional republic anymore. We are now living in a banana republic, okay? You have to understand this. You have to. It doesn't matter if you still believe your vote counts and all this other stuff. As of 2020, the United States of America, as it was for the last 20 years, does not exist anymore. We live in a new place where it's all about protecting the current monarch. That's all we're doing. That's all we're seeing. And they're trying so hard to keep Donald Trump and anybody that were connected to him in office that they're arresting people, they're subpoenaing people, they're basically trying to get everybody to shut up. They want to make every single one of these people radioactive to make sure that they can keep it in the bag from now until all time. All time.
Report came out. The climate right now is no warmer than it's been many times throughout history. Our baseline is now the lowest the carbon dioxide has been in 600 million years. As far as temperature change, the IPCC's first report of 1992 showed that the medieval warm period was warmer than the present. Well, this didn't fit the narrative, so by the time the 1996 report came out, it was a completely contrived graph called the hockey stick. So what they did was they got rid of the medieval warm period and the Little Ice Age, and so instead of the graph doing this, they flattened it out, and then they added instrumental record on the end that looks like it's going way up. The point is that the people that are calling them out on it are not getting the media coverage. You know, because look, at this point there's billions of dollars going into the whole climate change narrative. The climate right now is no warmer than it's been many times.
Yeah, it's because we're going into an ice age and shit. We're all going to die. You guys see that there was a new Little Mermaid coming out, dog? We got a new Little Mermaid. New Little Mermaid. I don't know who this bitch is, but there's a new Little Mermaid. Is this her fucking sister, Shaniqua? Or some shit? I don't know who the fuck that is. Is that supposed to be the new Little Mermaid? But in the Little Mermaid cartoon, the Little Mermaid was white with red hair. But this lady seems to be black with red hair. Is that 1 million downvotes? 1 million downvotes out of 3 million views. You got 1 million downvotes and only 287,000 uploads. What the fuck? Come on, dude. The Little Mermaid trailer. I don't have the YouTube dislike button thing installed on my shit because I don't care about it that much, but it looks like it's gotten about 200,000 more views. So I guess the Little Mermaid just got a lot of sun or whatever. That's a good idea. Is that what she looks like now? I wish I could be part of your world. I fucking like the Little Mermaid. God. Fucking like the Little Mermaid. I think I saw that shit when it was in theaters or some shit. Maybe like not the original time, but I know I saw it in theaters. Oh. So cool, man. Cool, dude. Cool, bro. NRA slams credit card companies over latest move. What the fuck? Visa, MasterCard, Amex to categorize gun store sales separately. Gun rights advocates say tracking gun store sales would target legal gun purchasers. Uh-oh. Sounds like gun buyers out there better beware, because the national federal government and those organizations that run them nice little plastic cards that you like to charge things on have all decided collectively that they are now going to take gun stores and file them in a different category so that they can, help with all the gun violence in the world, so we can all understand who bought one gun and we can give all that information back to the fucking government so they can come arrest you when you guys are buying your fucking silencers and your SPRs and your shit like that. Yeah. So, I guess Discover Card may be the one. I guess cash is king over on the whole. But, honestly, I think I've actually bought a gun on a credit card before. Yeah, I actually did. I bought my, the Taurus. I bought it with my credit card. I love that thing. What, Lunchy? What? What, Lunchers? What, Lunchos? Huh? What, Luncho? What do you want? You want some? You just wanted to be up here? Did you just want to be up here? Okay. I wish you would just stay up here in my lap. That would be nice. That would be nice, Lunchy. That would be nice. But yes, just FYI out there, you might not want to buy guns with a Visa. That means, too, if you buy it with your debit card that's got a Visa or MasterCard logo on it, even if you're paying for a debit, they're still going to categorize that into a different thing. So if all of a sudden they're like, dude, you've spent like $4,000 in guns, bro. You spent $4,000 in guns a couple weeks ago. We got to send something over to the ATF. So I figured I would just let you know about that because I feel like it's a huge problem. And now I'm going to have to go get me a Discover card because I definitely don't want my ammo sales and stuff being tracked because, dude, I go 3-gun competition. I got to think about it. It's like, I shoot guns a fucking lot, man. How many guns do I have? I don't even really know. A lot. There's everywhere. But no, I keep a 9mm in my 22 for shooting. Whenever I'm up near the place, I go in. I go shoot or whatever. Them dudes always laugh because they're like, dude, you've been here like 3 times this week. And I'm just like, well, I'm just shooting the 22. So, it's with this big ass box. So, I can go shoot this thing for like an hour. Love that fucker. So, think about that. Like, it's a lot. They're going to be doing a lot, dude. They're going to be doing a lot. They're going to be doing a lot. A lot. But that's okay. What are you looking at me, Lunchy? What are you looking at me for, Lunchy? Huh? Oh, what's this? Apache Jack. As the best OG deep diver on YouTube history, Is there a case in your backyard blowing up? Keely Rondi is so sus with so many moving parts. Can you help? Who the hell's Keely Rodini? Well, thanks for the $20 super chat. This person? Mom, friends. Oh, yeah, I think I actually did see this a couple of days ago. Hold on a second. Yeah, I bid you good night. Family, friends gather to say goodbye to Truckee teen Keely Rodini. Yeah, this is the chick that went missing around the time of Burning Man. I remember this right here. And she had some people in her family that definitely looked like they were burners of some kind. But yes, Keely Rodini walked down a long road from her house just outside the mountain town of Truckee with the girl who became her best friend. She had been introduced to their parents, but talked for a few hours that night. They were 12 and already knew that they would never do when they grew up. I had no idea I'd be growing up without her, says Magdalena Larson, one of the few people who talked to Keely during the community service in Truckee on Saturday for the teen who was found dead in her car at Prosser Revasor on August 21st. That's right. August 21st, they found this chick, 16-year-old, went missing August 6th and had been last seen at a party of teens and young people at the Prosser family campground, a popular meetup spot for teens. The cause of death of Keely's hasn't been released as rural swirl around the case. The Rock is a close-knit town of Truckee. Law enforcement says it could be weeks or longer till the investigation is completed. Very, very weird. You know, I looked into this one, and the best that I could think of was that Prosser Family Campground and Truckee specifically is one of the main arteries and veins that flows into Burning Man. So, like, every year there's a music festival called Burning Man. Go to burningman.org. You could go to the thing. But the dates of her disappearance, in my opinion, line up with the time frame that the people that put together the festival and do stuff there starts, actually. In my opinion, from working in medical at these types of festivals, whether it's going to be regional Burning Man projects, and then working with the guy that actually runs the actual medical team at Burning Man. I've heard a lot of these stories about things. Depending on what time that this actual festival goes down for everyone, you got to realize is that they start traveling that direction pretty early, actually. So it ended September 5th, but like people generally go out there 3 months early, 2 months early, and 1 month early to start setting up things to get everything going. So, like, true hardcore burners that are there, they're there out there in that fucking desert for, like, weeks on end at times. You know, and they're driving literally from like way the fuck up there where Burning Man is. They drive into Reno, they drive into Truckee pretty consistently because those are like two of the main ways that you have to go into there. So to me, it sounds like it could be some kind of trafficking situation because Burning Man has been known to have trafficking, you know, sexual trafficking and such like that. You know, I've been propositioned by, you know, by chicks who've come up to me at music festivals and they're like, oh yeah, you want to buy your time with me? And they had a pimp and shit. And I literally had to fucking beat up their fucking pimp. I literally had to be all like, look, Mr. Pimp, man, if you don't fucking leave me alone, I'm going to have to fucking beat your ass. I'm not saying I don't think these girls are worth paying for. I'm saying is that I don't pay for people in that way, period, because it's against my moral code. And if you don't like that, that's fine. My moral code says that I'm okay to knock you the fuck out. You fucking bitch. So yeah, I would say it was something to do with this. I think that if there's probably going to be some kind of like lead in the case, you know, it didn't start till August 28th, but typically people are going to be heading out there. You know, she went missing on August 6th, which makes a lot of sense because that's like when lots of people go. And interestingly enough, these guys actually talk about Prosser Family. I've heard the name Prosser Family Campground, and that's like a pretty big hotspot for people that are caravanning, because that's what they do. They get into their vans and they got their trucks with their trailers and shit, and, you know, like, they just drive that shit, but they stop at campgrounds and stuff like that. So I bet she probably ran into somebody at one of these campgrounds, got drugged, bad shit happened, she got found dead. That's probably what went down. Probably. Maybe, possibly. Still seems unusual. And I mean, look at the jewelry she's wearing. She's got lots of jewelry, big hoop earrings and stuff. She's kind of got like the faux birder look going on with her. A lot of bare midriff, little, those things, the prayer beads, and then the fucking little things. Yeah. Her body has been submerged in a lake for 14 days, making it difficult, not impossible, to do a toxicology report on her. Yeah, it'd be pretty easy. Ended up in the back seat, upside down in the car. But this is the one where, like, the YouTubers actually help find the body, right? Yeah, Adventures with the Purpose, the Internet Investigation Team. So, I mean, I'm just guessing here, but if I had to guess, my opinion would be that she was out at one of these campgrounds where there was a party going on. The kids in Truckee were probably like, oh yeah, the Burning Man people are throwing a party down over there. And then this girl is out there hanging out with these people or whatever, probably underage or whatever. Burning Man community seems to be pretty okay with the underage things, if from what I've seen out there. So ultimately, I think that she probably had one of these like burners that's going out there building some shit up, got drugged, and then, you know, he probably freaked out and ended up killing her. Or it could be something even worse, you know, something even worse. But there's not any, there was no indication that like anything mystical happened or any type of ritual happened. So kind of seems like, you know, somebody drugged her and then realized that she wasn't waking up, and then got rid of the evidence, and then took off. And then, you know, where are they going to go? They're going to go out into the middle of the desert where they can't be found for weeks on end, and these people don't really leave too much information or anything out there. That would be my guess, but outside of that, I don't know. I just know that, you know, right around the time this went down, as I was seeing lots of people posting on their Facebooks and shit, like, I'm going to Burning. I almost tried to go this year, but I didn't get picked in the ticket thingy, so I didn't go. I didn't get picked in the ticket thingy, so I didn't fucking go. Yeah. So, who knows, dude? Who knows? At least we looked at it, though. So, other news, did you guys hear that Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland shooter, was having his sentencing updates, and a witness has been quoted as saying that the Parkland shooter's IQ was 83. 80-fucking-3. An expert in fetal alcohol syndrome was the first witness to testify Monday as the trial resumed after a week of recess. And they came out saying that this dude was literally a subhuman intellect. Because you got to realize that, you know, what they say is humanity has a baseline where the average among human beings is only 100 IQ points. Okay, 100. So this would put him at a deficit, which would put him in like into the subcategory. Okay, meaning that he was borderline retarded, or borderline retardation, I guess, is what would be the proper 2020 terms of this shit. So, Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland shooter, apparently only had an IQ of 83 and went about all of these things, killing all of his classmates and stuff like that. Just some kind of crazy shit to think about. I mean, Somebody actually testified this. This person named Connor actually did. It says, mourning over our legal arguments pertaining to the testimony of Paul Connor, a clinical neuropsychologist and expert on fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, was the first day's witness. Connor testified that Cruz's full-scale intelligence quotient, or IQ, was 83, and the average person has an IQ of 100, and someone with fetal alcohol syndrome averages a 90 IQ. Oh, so, like, when you look at Greta Thunberg, think 90 IQ, because, you know, all the evidence is there and shit, which is why she's not around anymore. And then we have Nicholas Cruz, who's I guess, is much dumber. Alcohol's impact on the fetus is worse from the use of heroin, cocaine, and nicotine, according to Connor. Brenda Woodward, Cruz's birth mother, drank beer and wine and also used crack cocaine regularly while she was pregnant. Connor also explained that it's a tetragenic drug that, unlike substances like cocaine, kills cells in the fetus. Connor said Cruz was only at an 83 IQ, and that's basically it. I mean, what the fuck? Are they trying to say that he was, like, insane so they can get him off of this shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? Seriously? Do you even know what your IQ is? I jokingly tell everybody my IQ is 137, and most of the time nobody gets the joke. Nobody gets the joke! Because the 137 is my favorite number. Monkeypox fatality confirmed in Los Angeles. Possible first in the United States of America. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, dude. Some gay guy died of fucking monkeypox. Goddamn, dude. I feel for the gay community right now. I feel for it. I feel for it. A Los Angeles resident with a compromised immune system, i.e., somebody that had HIV or AIDS or something probably, has died of the monkeypox, which is the first fatality in the United States from the virus. The Public Health Commissioner reconfirmed the death on Monday, saying that the individual was severely immunocompromised and had been hospitalized. No other information on the person was released. I wonder why they didn't release any other information on the person. Why do you think? I don't know, dude. Well, they got fucking monkeypox in LA, dog. I ain't going to fucking LA. Donezo. I'm worried about all you assholes out there out in LA, because I know what you fuckers be getting into. I know all that gangbang shit you guys get down on. Fucking A, man. The new age sucks, man. The new AIDS sucks. Speaking out of that, I found this today on NPR, and I thought I was flabbergasted. So you haven't caught COVID yet. Does that mean you're a super dodger? What the fuck is a super dodger? Super dodger. Nope. Only thing that comes up seems to be a brand new word. Super dodger. Back in the early 1990s, Nathaniel Landau was a young virologist just getting started in his HIV research, but his colleagues were already on the verge of a landmark breakthrough. Several labs around the world were hot on his team's tail. We were sleeping at the lab just to keep the work going day and night because there were so many labs racing against each other. Of course, we wanted to be the first to do it. We were totally stressed out. Other scientists had identified groups of people who seemed to be completely resistant to HIV. People who they had known had been exposed to HIV multiple times, mainly through unprotected sex, yet clearly were not infected. Wow, them gay guys, they get mad as fuck at each other. And it's like, how has this fuck not got AIDS, but I got AIDS? We just slept with all the same people. He should fucking have AIDS. I have AIDS. I've had sex with him. He doesn't have AIDS. What's happening? Well, it's probably something in the DNA, isn't it? It actually is. Not even joking. It says, wow, other scientists had infected groups of people who appeared to be completely resistant to HIV. Now, 25 years later, it says, so the race was to figure out, why are these people lucky, or did they just really have a mutation in their genes that was protecting them from an infection? And 25 years later, scientists all around the world are trying to answer the very same questions about the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Are there people out there that are immune to it, and for what reason are they immune to it? And the funny thing is this actually goes a lot farther back, which is, I'm surprised the NPR article hasn't actually picked this up, because have you ever heard of the Black Death? The Black Death? The plague? You know, that thing that killed a whole fuck ton of people across the world or whatever, supposed to be one of the worst things that ever happened? Well, the plague also had people that were literally like never infected with the plague, never died of the plague. They were like fucking immune to it. It was just like, and these were the same people that were like having people die around them, taking care of plague victims, digging up, you know, holes, putting plague victims in holes and shit, you know, burning them. If you haven't actually looked into it, this is an ongoing thing where they found that back in the day, during the plague, there was a mutation of sorts that basically made these people immune to the plague. So a certain subset of the population would fall to the plague, while another smaller subset of the population would basically survive and be functionally immune. And then when HIV came around, the same thing happened. The same thing was attributed to HIV, where there was people that just seemingly could not get HIV no matter how hard they tried. And boy, let me tell you, they fucking tried hard. Oh, they fucking tried hard. So now when we get into this, it's like COVID apparently has the same thing going on, and it's all centered around something called the CCR5 gene, or the CCR5 mutation. You ever heard about it? Have you ever heard about that? You ever hear about that? I know you've heard about it here before. So, yes, we've heard countless anecdotes about nurses and healthcare workers being exposed without any protection and remaining negative over and over again. We've had the same thing in HIV patients. We've had studies where geneticists of viral resistance at Rockefeller University, or people that share a household with someone who's been coughing for a couple of weeks and one person stays negative. Why haven't these people caught COVID? After 2 years of hunting, a team at the California University of California, San Francisco have come to a pretty close answering the questions. These findings are hot off the presses, says immunogeneticist Jill Hollenbach, who led the research. Bullshit, motherfucker! I said this shit a long time ago. I was telling you. I hate these people. I hate these bitches. Whatever. Over the course of human history, scientists identified only 2 instances of true virus superdodgers. That is a specific mutation in the cells that makes people completely resistant to a virus, so it slides off their cells like water sliding off a glass window. In 2003, a team in London showed how people could never get a stomach bug called norovirus, which causes vomiting and diarrhea, and researchers found that one of the mutations of the genes prevents them from making the molecule that the virus needs to infect the cells. In 1995, in France, a researcher figured out that people appear to never be infected with a specific case of malaria, Plasmodium vivax, over time in the decades because they're basically in the same kind of area. And of course, we got the same thing that was happening in the HIV cases. And around 1996, this guy was working with this team to finally solve this puzzle. And basically they showed that HIV cells didn't enter cells the way that scientists had believed. Instead, it needed a bit of extra help. Specifically, HIV needs a specific molecule called the CCR5 on the surface of the cell to open the door and let the virus enter. Without the CCR5 on the outside of the cell, the virus will only stick to the surface, but it cannot enter, and basically it's kind of like the virus is knocking on the door but not able to actually get inside because there's nothing in there. So there are people across the United States and the world, all over the place, that have this specific genetic mutation, and what they are finding is that people that have the CCR5 kikobene mutation are functionally not able to be infected by the spike proteins that the apparently COVID uses, which is also really strange and weird how it actually also makes them functionally immune to HIV and quote unquote the Black Death if that ever came back, which is really fucking crazy if you really think about it. And this is all stuff like there's actually videos on YouTube about this. There's one, I think a really good one, Black Death. Yeah, documentary. History of the Black Death. Flashpoint in history. Right here. The Plague. How did one village survive? The riddle of the plague survivors. 1 year ago, 1.7 million views on Timeline, a world documentary of history. Where actually, geneticist Stephen O'Brien says everything that I've told you right now, where they actually go through on Timeline, which is the History Channel, and they actually discuss the Black Death and how the CCR5 genetic mutation protects certain people from certain things. And this is actually something that came up in that cicada puzzle that we were looking into. So if I put in the CCR5 mutation, you will Google it and see that it is a genetic mutation. Specifically, the CCR5 Delta 32 is responsible for 2 types of HIV resistance that exist that basically make it so that HIV cannot infect your cells, so you functionally will never get AIDS. Which means that people with this specific genetic polymorphism also seemingly have a very, very high resistance to COVID, which, you know, we're not talking about a small subset of the population here, folks. We're talking about like a lot of fucking people have this mutation and don't even know. So, just something to think about. Just something to think about. But there it is, you know. Kicomine receptor type 5, or the CCR5, or the CD195, is a protein on the surface of white blood cells that is involved in the immune system and is acts as a receptor for kicomines. Cool. Cool. We're on the same page? Yep. Any way to activate this gene? No, there's no way to activate this gene. You either have it or you don't have it. It's a mutation. It's a genetic mutation. So maybe there's a way to activate the gene, but, you know, that would be literally you utilizing some sort of CRISPR technology to basically change all of your white blood cells in your fucking entire body to have this mutation. And then when they do, they basically can't get infected by certain types of shit because the thing that those viruses are using to inject themselves inside the cell would work. But the very weird thing is that I'm pretty sure that CRISPR technology and the way that it's going to change these white blood cells, you know, like it would have to fight the white blood cell and win and take it over, which would make you really fucking sick. So it'd be really, really fucking hard. And it'd be like some crazy autoimmune shit that you probably couldn't do. Maybe. You know, there is an RNA expression pattern that is for it. It's possible you could express this in an RNA pattern that was meant to be injected through a CRISPR-like technology, and you could probably functionally give somebody a genetic alteration of sorts that gave them this mutation, but this is like shit that I don't think anybody's ever fucking tried to do. I mean, right now, like the mRNA viruses and stuff, that's what they're trying to do right now, is basically they're hitting you with the mRNA so that certain cells are creating proteins that cover up these holes. So it kind of sounds like they do the same fucking thing, except for this one's built into the cell and it completely covers it, and then the vaccine that everybody apparently was getting was just covering the holes, like making something to cover the holes. I guess that's like the easiest way to put it. So they're trying to do the same thing, actually, but they feel like making the genes express a protein of some sort that covers the holes is less invasive than trying to rewrite how the entire fucking white blood cell operates. Damn, that's really fucking crazy, actually. I never put that together like that. These guys are fucking nuts, dude. But yeah, I do recommend that you go watch the documentary on the plague as well. It's a very good one because it talks about the CCR5 genetic mutation and how it's connected to AIDS, the Black Death, and I guess now COVID. And I mean, it's fucking NPR. It's NPR, Google. You know, fuck you guys. Instead of using the CCR5 to open all the cell's doors, SARS-CoV-2 uses an ACE2 receptor. People can't live without ACE2, the receptor that regulates your blood pressure. So, unlike CCR5, you can't knock out the ACE2 receptor, he says. You're not going to have many people walking around that don't have ACE2. Of course, there are more subtle mutations in ACE2 which could play a role in the resistance to the SARS-CoV-2. So maybe they're just mini Dodgers. Or maybe they're just like... whatever. I don't know. But I guess we'll leave you guys with what the new King of England said.
We know this will take trillions, not billions of dollars. We also know that countries, many of whom are burdened by growing levels of debt, simply cannot afford to go green. Here we need a vast military-style campaign to marshal the strength of the global private sector.
We need a vast military-style campaign to marshal... let me replay it so that you know I'm not making this up, okay? Let me just replay it.
Yeah,
listen to the last part of this.
I'm not making this up, bro.
Military-style campaign to do what?
Here we need a vast military-style campaign to...
This clip was good until that fat fuck just got in there. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm spitting the truth. I'm passing.
Marshal the strength of the global private sector, with trillions at its disposal.
Who's his? Look what he goes on to say.
Far beyond global GDP, and with the greatest respect, beyond even the governments of the world's leaders, it offers the only real prospect of achieving fundamental economic transition.
Beyond what? Can I just say the last part of this? Beyond what? Look,
give me beyond what?
What he says.
It offers the only real prospect, beyond even the governments of the world's leaders. It offers the only real...
Beyond the governments of the world's leaders.
Yeah, so his disposal. So, folks, this is absolutely remarkable. And I'll guarantee you, he said this on purpose. He's reading his notes. Who do you think told him to say this?
This was not a fluke. And by the way, there's only a few guys that have been yelling about this. Me, Tom, Andy Woods, a few others. And you know what they've been doing? They've been erasing this off the internet.
We talk about from Daniel, from Book of Revelation, from various passages, there's going to be a global system. It will rise out of Europe, and they will crown their leader, and it will be a he. It won't be a she, it'll be a he. And the Book of Revelation calls him Antichrist, or beast. He's going to be the most powerful leader the world.
He's going to be the most powerful leader in the world. Yeah, that distance sounded a little sketchy, though, dude. You know, like, you're going to create something that's going to go ahead, that's going to take over all the governments of the world? You mean like the Illuminati, bro? Like the Illuminati? I mean, what do I care if there's a one world government or whatever? Well, like, I'm going to be able to stop anything. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Put on a mask? No. Maybe it's just the NWO. But I always love it when I see videos where guys start bringing in all the Bible shit. And they're just like, it's the Antichrist, bro. It's the fucking Antichrist. Like, dude, they were saying that about Trump. They were saying that about Bush. I actually haven't heard too many people say it about Biden except for me. And I'm just doing it jokingly. But, you know, most people probably don't pick that up or get that shit. I guess. Whatever. So, maybe the Antichrist is an AI that's just going to be like, I am male. And then it's going to be like running around like Chappie and shit. Like, no, you motherfucker, you don't Nah, probably not. Man, we went through a lot of shit today, so you guys got a lot of fucking homework. You guys gotta watch that Pie movie so that you can stop being worthless and understand true film and number majesty. And then you gotta watch about the plague and the CCR5 gene and how it's somehow related to COVID and the Black Death and HIV. Even though technically COVID uses an ACE2 receptor, that just means that there's some kind of mutation in the ACE2 that has been created to deal with this already, apparently. Very, very weird. I think it is really weird. But with that, I think we got to end this shit today. We've been on for a far long time, but I figured you guys would be down to start doing the streaming shit again. We'll be back tomorrow in the same place on the same channel, but who knows what time? I don't know when I get on it. I feel like it. Actually, if it is going to be tomorrow, it'll have to be earlier because I got to do a fucking overnight job tomorrow. So that's pretty much it. So I guess thanks for being here. Hopefully, you guys, we see you on the next one. And be well, my friends. And remember, it's only going to get worse.